A Red Hook production.
So we've talked about this game a handful of times.
Have we?
Yeah, on the podcast.
We did?
This is what happens when you don't listen to your own podcast.
Yeah, I guess so.
Every episode multiple times, driving up YouTube hits while you're at work. Yes. No.
All right, you guys ready to watch me suck at a game?
I lived all my years in that
So,
rumor-shadowed manor,
is there game overs in this?
fattened by decadence and luxury.
I don't really know.
Did you ever
And
beat
yet
it?
I began to tire
No,
of
I've-
conventional
God damn it,
I've
man.
gotten pretty far in it.
Way to
and,
set me up for
Singular,
failure.
unsettling tales suggested the
Who said I
mansion
was even
itself
going to
is
help
a
you to begin
gateway
with?
to some fabulous and unnameable
Oh,
power.
so I see how it is.
With relic
You're just
and
like, hey,
ritual,
Cookie, we can't find that save file for that one game we've been
the
playing.
excavation and
Here,
recovery
try this.
of buried secrets,
I'd like to point
exhausting
out,
what
I was
remained of our family fortune on
not the one that did not transfer the save data over. I mean, I guess no one did. Point. Well, one of the big positives behind this game is the narrator does a great job in his voiceover performance. We're kind of just talking over it, but he sets a really good mood as you're playing. But this is all, extra information.
How extra is it? Like, I can press X to skip extra?
You can probably hit X to skip, yeah. The whole idea is that you are,
Making the most of a bad situation?
yes,
Quest will fail.
you're returning to like your homeland, if you will, or the settlement that your family is that you have actually just inherited, and it's covered with monsters. So you need to go in and kill the monsters, but not you personally. You hire mercenaries, adventurers to do it for you.
Going to a new estate, guys.
You tell me. What are you going to name it? Maybe Cookies and Cream?
Ooh, I do like the name of that estate. Oh, I guess it's the Skamilk estate.
Yeah, there
if
you go.
anything.
And this is Fancy Ramen. I'm Neil.
Cookie. Send us your feedback at fancyramen@podcast.com.
Did you intentionally?
No, I just kind of forgot. Podcast@fancyramen.com. If you want to see us play more games, or different games, or less games,
If you want to watch us play more until dawn, go over and dislike those videos.
if you wanted more of Life is Strange, yeah,
you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps
it's coming. One day.
damnably transcendent terrors.
Hey Neil, how scary is this game?
It's not
So
scary
steel
at all.
yourself,
Okay.
and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old
Ooh.
road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
How much of this game is inventory management?
Early on,
God
not
damn it.
much at all.
This is going to be fun for the people to watch.
It's fine. It's fine.
They're just going to be like, no, Cookie, why are you putting that there?
Oh, yeah, don't worry about that so much. There's not going to be too much you can nitpick over. You can nitpick over, like, bringing the wrong amount of supplies. That's always a thing, but... Yeah, this is the PS4.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
It's not necessarily the greatest control scheme compared to what you have on PC, but from what I've heard, like it plays well enough once you get used to the controls.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Is this timed?
No, it is not timed. It's
thank
all
God.
turn-based, so you can take your sweet time. So those are all of his skills that he's able to do. There are a few he can't do because there's no target in that range, or he's not in the right spot to use that skill. like the open vein is just your typical melee, then the grape shot blast is something that would hit multiple people. So yeah, this game's based heavily on just analyzing the situation correctly and choosing your best action, but it's also based on RNG, so sometimes the game can kind of fuck you over even if you're doing everything right.
Well, that's good to know, because
good job, you just won your first battle. Don't worry, it's okay.
Careful.
So if you back up like that, it will make him more stressed out. That's what you just saw go around your paladin's head. That black outer ring that kind of looks like the outline around your torch. And these are interactive objects. Yes. Sometimes interactive objects can do good things, sometimes it can do bad things. And depending on who you pick, or who you have selected, that's who actually does the searching or uses the item, if you will. So
how do you select other people?
Try your top buttons.
Leave nothing unchecked.
Hey.
There is much to be found in forgotten places.
And there are differences. So like maybe there's a trap or something you can disarm. Someone that's more agile is going to have an easier time disarming traps. Changing your order too, speaking of which, is going to determine things like, well, if you have a short-ranged enemy, they'll only be able to hit the people in the front of your party as opposed to the back.
An ambush.
Yada yada.
Send these vermin a message. The rightful owner has returned, and
that's
their
lucky.
kind is no longer welcome.
So in this case, that attack would hit both of those enemies.
How'd you know?
You'll see the lines connecting those red circles, or red dots, you could say.
Cool. Okay.
But you'll notice that the damage modifier there, it's -60 on Grape Shot Blast, whereas on Open Vein and that pistol shot, it's a little lower, or the modifier is less grievous, I guess you could say.
Tracking shot, it's real.
Yep. So in that case,
Plus
like
I
that's
do
not
12%
necessarily
damage to myself.
Oh, so that gives you a buff. So you're able to deal 12% more damage afterwards. So there are definitely attacks that are meant not to deal damage initially, but to help you deal damage later, or to protect you, that sort of stuff.
Okay. I'm feeling what you're putting down. Gotchas. Well. Zealous accusation.
Reprimand them harshly.
Yeah, let's put you back in front, Kai. I've already made a terrible mistake.
I mean, it might not be the most opportune time to, but I think you're perfectly fine. Now, in this case, you might be asking yourself, like, what can I do? Should I... You can focus a specific target.
Yeah,
that particular skill gives you a bleed effect, and you'll see the bleed take off more health every time he moves. That's really useful. This particular unit, the Crusader, has in his third ability a stun.
Yeah, no, let's do that last round. I was trying to find if he has a heal.
He does not.
Whoa. Don't want to get shot by that guy again.
So now he's stunned. He can't do anything for that turn. You'll notice he just got a buff. All that's doing is making him more resistant to stuns again. So it's harder to stun lock people. And so that second amount of bleed you just did is going to actually add up.
Reprimanding.
Look at my legal documents.
Oh, shit.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Yeah, this is a slightly more recent, like, few-month-old change where when you kill things, now they leave corpses behind. And you have to destroy the corpses or clear the corpses in some way to get to the other targets.
Curse you, you corpse.
Just hacking away at that dead body.
What's the plan, boss?
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Hey, I completed my first quest.
I would say, just for the sake of starting purposes, maybe pick up like 8 to 10 food, 8 to 12 food, and like 4 to 6 torches. And you probably don't need to do anything else from there.
All right. We're not buying
Okay.
anything for the next 3 missions.
So you will sell everything back automatically, or not have it after this mission, if that makes sense.
God damn it.
Yep,
We're not
sorry.
buying anything for the next 3 missions.
You're going to have to get some more people then. All right.
Let's do this. The hero panel? Panel.
So Square, as you saw on the town map, Square will bring up your character's stats and so forth. So you notice on the quirks, those are actually pretty important. They determine how the character interacts or reacts to certain things. A lot of them are more town-based, so they won't matter here. But like your highwayman got tuckered out. That basically means once his health, if I'm not mistaken, goes below halfway, he starts dealing less damage.
Yeah, I'm glad he's no longer tuckered out. That's one of my main concerns.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
What? Why would he say something like that?
Because you can never feel too certain about how well you're doing. So, yeah, since Reynolds a kleptomaniac, he just kept that shit for himself.
Okay.
Nice work there, Crusader.
Smell this, you klepto.
Getting high on aerosol.
Meese. Meese. Alright, you know, it's what else. Oh well.
You could always choose to change the Vestal and Plague Doctor's positions, but that will also mean using a turn, and then the Plague Doctor might not be able to use all of her abilities.
Are his. We're equal inclusion, Neil.
Hey, and there we go. And if you starve them, they get upset. That's really the key thing.
As most would.
Yep.
Okay.
So you're really low dark. That means that you may come across a good treasure, or it may be a tough battle. Oh. So you could clear the last room, or you could go back at this point. It's kind of up to you.
So that's what Hamlet means.
It's also a great play. No? Not into Shakespeare?
No, it's all fun and well. Hamlet!
Oh yeah, that's the other thing that happens with Dark Light. You get surprised more easily.
Thanks.
Sorry about that. It didn't occur to me until I was like, oh yeah, that's another thing, huh? It's usually not like a huge factor. And vice versa, if you have a high torch level, you can surprise people more easily. But a lot of the people on your team are pretty versatile in their placement, with the exception of your Crusader.
Guys ready for this? Or not?
You can always raise up the torch if you feel like it too. She can't heal from there, though.
Oh, that didn't raise up the torch very much.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's usually not a huge amount.
Oh, out of torches.
That's okay. This is your last room. Nice.
Please attack me. I'm guessing that's what Mark does.
You know, I thought it did too, but I don't know if he's even been hit. Oh, there we go.
Someone's finally attacking him.
And the protection boost is actually pretty significant because he only took 2 damage from that. Not bad.
Okay, thank God. Leave my healer alone. She's squishy.
Well, if she happens to get hit, it may not be the end of the world.
She self-heals for crap.
Yeah.
Good to know. It's okay, because I'll talk him off the ledge. Off the other side of the ledge.
Oh.
Trifling victory.
Just like Kate,
But a
eh?
victory
Eh?
nonetheless.
You still haven't gone. And you get to go anyway.
Welcome to RNG, baby.
They really don't like this Crusader. They really don't like the new guy.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh, he's stressed.
Yikes.
He hasn't even got to go yet.
Back
Bitch.
to the pit. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Shit.
One step back. That last hook, that na. Is that not the same melody as One Winged Angel, Final Fantasy VIII, or Final Fantasy VII? Sephiroth.
Yeah. That sounds... yeah. Oh shit, what's happening? I took my eyes off the screen. No, heal! Heal for 2. Got a range of...
Heal for 2. 2 for 2.
Quite literally.
100% chance to heal 2. I don't know if they took him out, but there is such a thing as a critical heal in this game.
Well, I criticaled on that blight throw for 1, and that blight throw has a 1-for-1 chance, as long as it hits.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
You killed him so hard, he didn't even leave the body.
Fuck yeah. Heal 2 for 2. I like how I picked him up just because he's the only healer I have, and all he's been doing is healing himself.
Well, I guess he's serving as a good self-healing tank then, right? Is that a thing in MMOs?
Yeah. Keeps the sustain up. Oh shit.
You just jinxed Dismas.
Oh, now you want to dodge.
Look at that corpse taking that damage like a boss.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
I like how the corpses can still bleed and plague out.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I could use one less torch. You surprised, aren't you?
Look at all the torches they have lit. What do we do?
It's so bright in here, guys.
Our skeleton eyes, or lack thereof, are not prepared for the light you bear. The corpse didn't dodge, at least.
That's always pleasant.
You expect him to eat in the middle of a battle?
Yeah, this is Skyrim, man. Here, smell this. Alright, let's do this. God damn it. That's almost your life.
Well, we haven't seen what happens when you run out of HP or sanity
For
points.
Oh, fuck us. We're gonna have to abandon this quest pretty soon.
I'm curious if that actually stops him from
I don't know.
stealing.
But he gave me a prompt. And that meant he should probably not be in front.
Yeah, true enough. Things don't look too bad. Like, I think everything is at a pretty acceptable rate right now. That's a little unfortunate.
Justice will find no clemency in this place.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All in all, everything's kind of acceptable. Trap! No one's surprised at this. Ooh. Aw. That goblet wasn't very tempting. Ooh, maybe this is a little... Beast!
If it hasn't become obvious, you have different types of enemies that will target different attributes, if that makes sense. Like those guys in the back with the goblets, they target sanity way more than actual health. But not to say they
Learn
can't
your
still
lesson.
deal damage. They're targeting the right people, luckily, though. Like your higher health characters.
For 2! Ginobili for 2!
That's what I was thinking of. Pippin for 2!
Let's go with... More blight, bitch. Everyone's got that dot. For 3! For 17. For 4!
A new 4-point
Ooh.
line.
That goblet wasn't tempting at all.
Despondence.
So this is what happens when your guys go
Or cowardice.
insane. They can sometimes freak out, or they can sometimes become a little more heroic. A lot of times it's not as bad as you think. Sometimes it's pretty bad. I don't know what paranoia does, but sometimes that'll keep him from receiving heals from other characters because he's scared of people healing
Slow
him.
death,
Other times it could be
unforgiving.
maybe he won't want to heal other people. I'm not really sure.
About to find out. Okay.
But he can still move.
For 1!
Technical foul.
For 2! For
Ooh,
4!
That mad crit heal.
Think about what you've done.
He just covered their eyes. They're like, what document, huh?
Well, that was discouraging for that guy in front. Ooh, what's that?
One single food.
You've been good. You deserve it. Fuck!
He's okay with the holy water, though. So that's a slightly more... Oh, yeah, oh. Oh. I was hoping it'd be something better, like making him less paranoid, but
Yeah.
that works too. One more room might do it, and it's empty too. Wait, secret room. Is a critical scouting successful? Sometimes reveal a secret room. Advance to the tile marked with a star and press the cross button to enter. Fabulous wealth and riches await those with a key. Do we have a key? Maybe next time.
Could have swore I bought a key.
Packs full of steel,
Ooh.
but nary a thought given to the plow.
Okay, so here's the deal. Yeah. when your characters hit 0 HP, they don't just die, but that's when they can die. So my recommendation is
Abandon.
no, I'd say you have 2 empty rooms ahead of you. If we just pray that we don't run into an enemy, we can get to that next room and hopefully clear the dungeon.
Hamlet!
The shifted corridors and sloped walls of our ancestry are beginning to feel familiar.